Victory Death Starfighters, my name is Carlin Jones, and I'm giving you a full episode review. Today we have a new series that we're going to be doing this kind of episode reviews on, and it is Ocean Girl. Some of you might be familiar, maybe with it being called Ocean Odyssey. It is an Australian show about a woman, a very young lady who is kind of has like these powers, I guess. It's really difficult to explain, but it's basically it's a girl who is human, I guess, and she has a friend who is a whale, and she's able to communicate in ways that no one else on this planet can. And I believe she has like enhanced powers, like, she can swim really fast. Her strength is a little bit above average, and I don't know, it's very interesting. So the show is about her, and it's about these other two kids that are living on this kind of submarine kind of port with their mother, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. So I'll leave a link below on where you can watch the episode along with me. The entire season, or the entire series, all 4 seasons are on YouTube, and it is very, very clutch. So I'll leave a link below, the description, the summary of what it's about, and where you all can watch along with me. Now, how I discovered this show is pretty much it was due to my girlfriend. She used to watch this show when she was a kid, and this show came out in 1994. So, it's very interesting, and I've seen the entire first season, and I enjoyed it. And it is a kid show. It is a bit of a kid show, but I enjoyed the first season, and I'm now on the second season. So this is going to be good to go back and rewatch the pilot episode, because there's just something special about this show. It has an amazing soundtrack, a really amazing soundtrack, and the show itself kind of, I don't know, there's something innocent about it. I think the shooting locations were awesome. It's like a beach, but a lot of their shots were like underwater, and then, they had to work with the actress and the stunt people to do underwater shots. And I thought that was really cool. And then a little wacky in terms of like people's hairstyles and like the clothes they're wearing, but it's the 90s. So, but there's something really special about it. And the characters are pretty well written. So let's get into it. This is Ocean Girl, Season 1, Episode 1. The episode is called The Girl in the Sea. All right, we're going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think like immediately when I first watched this show, the music just got me hooked. Like it's just different. And I think a lot of that has to do with it being an Australian show and them having different influences and what makes really good kid shows, or just good shows in general. A lot of beautiful nature. I guess it's not far-fetched to kind of believe someone could survive out here. Yeah, leave it to humans to mess up some nature. This guy is excited about his job. This is pretty cool. I mean, just imagine back in 1994 watching this. I'm like, whoa, this is like certain people live this way. They live underwater, and they're like marine biologists, get to set out for adventure and learn about different species underwater. This captain makes his presence felt. How can you hate it here? Like, how can you not think this is somewhat interesting? We're underwater. And even if you do have like a fear of like, open waters, or, if you're drowning or whatever, but dude, come on. You're probably going to see a lot more species underwater than you probably ever knew existed. And I think that's important. I mean, you look at it now, like sharks are, I watched a documentary on sharks like a year ago, and basically in 15 years, they're not going to be here. They're going to be extinct because of all the crap that we leave in the water, and how much Asia is like cutting up shark fins and eating it for soup and just putting the rest of the bodies just out. I'll put on a uniform. I probably treat it like Fresh Prince, you know, try to turn it inside out or try to make it a little bit different. Gotta stand out. Just listen to the music. Oh my goodness. The little melodies, it's like the background music is what really makes season one. It's one of the things that makes it. And that is the theme of this show, at least for me personally, especially season one. You do not know what's underwater. You don't know what's undersea. Yeah, just look at all these different fish. All the different fish, you know, and they all have a food chain. One is always eaten by the other, always a bigger fish, and how these fish survive and how they've been living and how it can help us survive. There's so much importance in terms of like marine biology and just understanding the waters. You don't really get shows like that anymore. And feel free to pause my video and tell me to shut up because there's really great music happening right now. But yeah, you don't get that in shows anymore. Like just themes that are kind of centered around just the nature of our world and why it's important to preserve it. And even if you don't agree on preserving it, which is kind of wild, but even if you don't agree on it, you know, just understand why people find that important to preserve it. Here's what I'm talking about, these wacky hairstyles. One of the main characters on the show is this girl with red hair. You're going to see her pretty soon. She has the wackiest hair I've ever seen on a TV show. Amazing. Look at whales, man. It's so crazy. I love how this character, We're still gonna learn her name, but I love how her character is like the most interesting character on this show. And she hasn't said a word. You just see her kind of just in her own element. Like she's just happy. You can tell she's the happiest person on this planet. And a lot of it is because she's not tainted by the sins and the corruptions of what the world has to offer. It's kind of refreshing to see a character like that, or just to just to see her up and about doing her own thing. In each scene, you're kind of just wondering, like, who is she? Where is she from? Where is her family? What is her name? Understandable. I mean, he is a kid. I don't want to. If he took the classes, he has the permit. Okay, I mean, you authorize it, and his mom will be there along with another professional. I wouldn't bring the little kid, the little brother, along just for safety. I don't want them getting distracted. I'll put his safeties on. Smart. That's awesome. Working in the film industry, we drive like these things called God, it's been so long. How did I not? Condors. We drive these things called condors, and it's like construction worker vehicles. It can get you up to like 70, like 80 feet in the air. Yeah, we gotta harness up every time we step in that thing. So you see what I mean by like her not supernatural, but superhuman abilities? Of course, that was a stunt double that did that, but the fact that she can be right there and swim that fast and come up on the other end like that, that's inhuman. That's inhuman. No human can move that fast. And she looks like she's just a teenager moving like that. So I think there's more to her that I would really love this show to talk about. Or at least talk about more. feel like what his head said, he should be listening to his mom, whatever you think. When you're driving those kind of things, or you have like that, when you have such a duty like this, it's very important for you to listen to whoever is in charge and what they're thinking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure anyone would have froze up at that moment. If you just see a woman just like, no, like what the where did she come from? I can understand why she doesn't believe him. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Love how they just treat her as just the biggest mystery in the world. And as anyone watching, you're just like, well, I need to know. Like, I need to know. Oh, by the way, we didn't get to see that character who has this crazy red hair. We didn't get to see her, so hopefully we'll see her next episode. But yeah, wild hair, very wild. Wait till you see it. So yeah, that's the episode. It's a very good pilot. Um, it's a pretty good pilot. The episode ran for 22 minutes, 18 seconds. So, yeah, that was Ocean Girl. Season 1, Episode 1, The Girl in the Sea. Overall thoughts, I think the best thing about the episode is the music. It just set the tone for everything that's happening. Whether it's like a deep conversation the two characters are having, or maybe just the fascinating world of this underground seaport that people are living in their everyday lives. The music that's playing during that, and especially the music that plays towards the ocean girl. You know, she's isolated, alone, but she doesn't she doesn't look lonely. She looks happy. She looks content. So I think the music played a huge part in that episode. Also, watching it again, I think the acting is pretty straightforward. There's nothing bad, nothing that stands out like, whoa, that was good acting, but it wasn't bad at all. Like it was good. It was pretty good, and kind of like the casting. I like the casting. Some characters you kind of knew are going to be certain characters, like or I mean certain characters that are going to have kind of like a big deal in season 1. Like for example, when I forgot his name, but the oldest son, when he was in the lunchroom talking to his new friends, he was kind of staring at that girl, and he was like, "Whoa, who is that?" And you're like, "That's the captain's daughter." So there's something's gonna play out with them. So it's exciting. It's can't wait to watch it, or at least watch it again. And then the captain itself, I think there's gonna be some really good conflict. That's what really makes great TV shows, especially great first seasons. Conflict. It's like they say, the human brain never really progresses without a little bit of conflict within yourself, within someone or something. So that's how these characters are going to progress this season, is throughout conflict. We just saw like a tad bit, just a little bit of the captain and the mom kind of butting heads about the operation that was going to go down, or the mission. Like, oh, you don't bring your son. Okay, fine, your son's qualified, but this and that and this and that. So we saw a little bit of a taste of it. That can really go into something way more, you know. And even with the oldest son and the youngest son, you know, maybe them clashing a little bit over like the new friends that they made. Maybe they're not good friends, or maybe they're friends that are trouble for them, or whatever. There's a lot that can happen within the season for those characters to develop and get a lot stronger. Because that's what it's about, especially with TV shows. TV shows are made for characters. You know, you're given X amount of minutes, and you can keep retelling different stories with the same character. That helps the audience grow more attached to that character. Whereas movies, you only have this amount of minute, and that's it. It's a one and done. Sure, you might have sequels, you might have this and that, but it's most likely it's just a one and done. Why should they care about your character? TV shows can be a little bit forgiving, because, you know, you got your pilot episode. It should just tell you what the show is going to be based on, and then each episode then will kind of help you kind of understand these characters and where they're coming from. And sure, you know, there's always filler episodes in every TV show, but it's great. It's great. It's a lot of episodes. 4 seasons, 78 episodes in the entire series. So I already, like, just watching that episode and then knowing that there's 78 or 77 more episodes of this, it lets me know a lot is going to happen. A lot is going to happen. So I'm excited for it. Very excited. So, Yeah, that's pretty much the review. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you all think about Ocean Girl. Is this a show that you're interested in? Are you gonna keep watching it by yourself, or would you like to keep watching it with me? Or is this you gave the pilot a try, not really your taste, or maybe you just don't like it at all, and you want to move on to something else? Let me know. I'm very, very intrigued with how people view pilots and things of that nature, and what makes a good TV show for them. Myself, with my line of work, I worked on so many pilots, and seeing how so many different kind of scripts are being made for certain viewship, or excuse me, a certain amount of people who have this kind of views, or people who only want to see a certain kind of thing. So I'm very interested just to see what you guys are gonna think about this show. I think it's really good. I think if it was made today, I think it would do well. I think they'll probably have to retweak it a little bit to make it a little bit more modern, like the outfits, a little bit of the special effects. If so, but that's another reason why this show works so well. There's not really any special effects. I think that spider in the beginning was a little bit of a CGI. I'm not too sure, or maybe it just looked so amazing I just thought it was fake. But that's the second thing that makes this show incredible. Or excuse me, the third thing is everything is just practical. They're really underwater. They're like really submerged underwater doing these things. And the whale, it's a real whale. Of course, when it gets closer up shots, obviously that's fake, and they have someone who kind of builds that. But the fish are real, the whale is real, people underwater are really swimming. You can totally see the movements. You can understand the people on boats, how they're moving, how the boat's moving. It's just real, and that's a little bit hard to get nowadays with all these, how it's so easy to make effects. But it's definitely one of the reasons why this show has lasted since '94. And it's great. I think it would do well today. Once again, just upgrade a little bit to a little bit more, make it a little bit more modern in terms of the outfits, and lose like the wacky hairstyles maybe. I think that's it. I think society today, especially in America, kind of suffers from attention deficit, where something's got to be blowing up, guns got to be fired, people got to be fighting each other. Women have to fight guys 20 times their size and knock them out to be considered a strong female character. Or that doesn't need to be the case. So that was the pilot episode. I'm very interested in it. Let's see. Oh, there's already a description on here. I should have read that. I'm looking at the comments now and seeing what people are saying. Try not to read anything that's a spoiler. Someone said, I used to watch Ocean Girl when I was 9 years old. Yeah, the same as my girlfriend. This series is legend. I would have to agree. It's a very good series. Or at least I haven't finished the series. Season 1 I really did enjoy. Season 1 I enjoyed, and it just seems very organic. Everything about it is kind of organic. Another comment says, this show was so important in my childhood. I think really was one of the reasons why I ended up in marine biology. Lovely to go back in time. That is amazing to hear, that this show influenced somebody to have more of a interest in terms of water, fish, what grows in the sea. That is amazing to hear. Wow, that's beautiful. That's amazing. Yeah, because you look at shows nowadays, and not saying I'm not going to shit on any show, at least not now, but you look at a lot of shows, there's a lot of fighting, a lot of combat, a lot of violence, a lot of sex, and all this stuff. And you got to understand the way the internet is set up, that it's so easy to watch things. It's so easy to just stumble upon things on the internet, and especially YouTube. Towards, there are going to be kids that watch this stuff, and they're going to be desensitized towards violence so much and sex so much that they're not going to know how to operate in the world. And 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 I just want to know, what do they get out of that show? Is it exciting? Is it they feel like they want to do stuff like that, or do they have interest? Maybe like watching a Game of Thrones. Like, okay, do you have interest in maybe history? You want to learn about history, things that happened in those times, or maybe swordsmanship, wielding. Learning how to build certain things like that, of that nature. I don't know. It's very interesting to see that, and I think that's what's losing touch and media today, especially in TV shows and movies. That curiosity of maybe of just exploring your mind into something else, that maybe be like, that was interesting, I wonder if I can get a job like that, or something of that nature. So someone else said, who is watching this in quarantine period? Hit like. Very much so. And by the way, I hope you guys are staying safe out there, with the virus going around, and all the crazy things that are happening in the world right now, with the injustice things that are going around, Black Lives Matter and everything that's going on, police officers killing people, shooting people. It's very crazy, and hope you guys are staying safe, and yeah, peace, love, positivity, and if you're gonna protest, be safe about it. But yeah, I'm still reading these comments. Okay, I'm just gonna read one more. So 5 months ago, this was written 5 months ago, and someone said, I'm watching this for the very first time. It seems very interesting already. So there you go. It's already really good. All right, so that is the review. Ocean Girl, episode 1, season 1, The Girl in the Sea. It's a pilot episode. So let me know what you guys think about the episode. Please leave a comment below. If there's another TV show you want me to do, please tell me in the comments. Subscribe, like if you want. And yeah, thank you for listening. All right. Victoria Death Starfighters.